like a banner boat. Acting tough and I'ma let her go. Name her, you got a better flow, but she can hang it up just like a telephone. Sticking up with the cost 10K to let it come see it. Pins them here, make it come treat it. Spin, make it come beat it. I want the new in the machine out. Jewelry be cold like the temperature zero. I'm the hardest, they call me the hero. Heaven, then they know what I be on. I'm the best, I'm the best, and you know. And I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, and I go, and I go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. I'm the best, I'm the best, and you know. And I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, and I go, and I go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold.
I'm really out for blood this time, look. Woo. I just came back for the win. Lot of new money in my hand. Gonna tell a friend to tell a friend. They say success is the best revenge. Heard they was sleeping again, say it no more. This is a rude awakening, kicking the door. Back and I'm better than ever before. Don't get it mistaken, I'm ready for war. I see the option, I'm up in the score. I catch a and jump in the pause. Follow the core and then back to the morgue. Take the sheet off and I some more. When I am done at the scene, I won't leave anything. You won't even know who was involved. Don't let me do it, cause I overdo it and do it till I cannot do it no more. All of the doubters, I'm proving them wrong. Back with the classic, I know it's been long. Heard it was missing me while I was gone. I smell the victory back up on top, and it's where I belong. Like it ain't to me, we making history. Fall through the misery, weather the storm. Can't let them get to me, no weapon form shall prosper. Be all over my roster, I got options. I keep it right on the dresser, next to the Oscar. Applying pressure, somebody stop us. Woo! Applying pressure, somebody stop us. Running my concert, go need a doctor, go need a doctor, go need a what? I just came back for the win. Lot of new money in my hand. Gonna tell a friend to tell a friend. They say success is the best revenge. I just came back for the win. Lot of new money in my hand. Gonna tell a friend to tell a friend. They say success is the best revenge.
The NFL is on EA Sports, and we are in Silicon Valley at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers. Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Santa Clara. Returning from his end zone is Ray McCloud. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Garoppolo to his tight end, Kittle, for a Niner first down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he is going to lose yardage here. Big stop from a guy who can bring a big hit, Nick Bolton.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
Another run with McCaffrey on second down. And he's got room. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he'll get this all the way down to the Chiefs' 31-yard line. It's a gain of 35. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's second down.
Not the kind of gain that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
Hey, 43, 15.
Second down, back to Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to have this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 44. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Well, Charles, it's early, but that's a key 3rd down conversion. Remember, they forced the turnover on the opening drive. Now they're in a position where they look like they'll at least get 3 out of this.
A great example of complementary football if they're able to cash this in, isn't it, partner? Because defense does this job, takes it away, turns over the offense. Here's pick up a nice first down there. Maybe it's time to think about taking a shot in the end zone, because it looks like the field goal is almost assured.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. His throw incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
And again, it's Mahomes. And his pass incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle, because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good, and that'll do it for the first quarter of play. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. Butker now to kick this one away. Here's McLeod from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Their first drive of the game, they were moving the ball okay, then the interception, but they only gave up 3 points the other direction.
Yeah, and that's a big relief for them because when you give up an interception like that, it can be such a momentum changer, but to only give up 3 on the back end gives you a chance to walk back out on the field, and while you're behind, it doesn't feel insurmountable at all.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Here we go.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
On play action, now Garoppolo out to his left. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th.
Well, they've moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to, again, amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
Garoppolo to throw for it on 4th. And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation, turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath, first do no harm. And right now they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now a give, right side McCaffrey.
And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Able to haul it in is Kittle. Past the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, 77 yards. And the Niners are back within a score. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone.
And he's going to be out of bounds. Here's the run back. Will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football. And when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Here we go.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
11.
Garoppolo now. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown! Jimmy Garoppolo with his 2nd touchdown pass of this first half. And the 49ers have moved out in front. Gold with the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
43!
On first down, Mahomes. And a dangerous throw there. Nearly intercepted on the sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. And the Niners get there and bring him down. But Nick Bosa so quick on the outside, he gets in there to bring him down. Impressive individual effort there. No one was going to stop him around the edge.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And that's why if you play in a 4-3 base and you're a defensive end, that's why you get the big bucks. They count on you to do everything. Defend the run, and of course, get to the quarterback.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Nick Bosa, 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Mahomes throwing on fourth. Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up and taking it right down Broadway. 20, 10, 5, and with a clock reading zeros, he is into the end zone. What an exclamation mark to the end of this second quarter.
Indeed. Indeed.
Butker now to add the extra point. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And what a return. Great field position all the way out to the 48 there.
In a game like this, you're fighting, you're scratching, you're clawing, you're hammering away. That return has the feel of maybe cracking the rock and giving them a chance to get a big-time advantage.
Now left side on the swing pass. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at him, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. It'll go as a gain of 4. And now it's 3rd and 3.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Samson Abuka able to finally wrestle him down for what's just going to be a huge loss, and it takes us to 4th down as well. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. He's going to look deep down the field. And incomplete on the deep ball. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And that will force a turnover on downs. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
2nd down and right back to McCaffrey. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
The kick by Gold is good. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Mahomes going to throw. And that is incomplete. Had to pass there. 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the 1st down, even throwing the football.
Mahomes going to go on 4th down. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that's caught at the 25. And he is going to have the Chiefs 1st down, and that was something else. A big pickup on 4th and long to give them a new set of downs. On the defensive side of the ball, that's the definition of frustrated. You get them to 4th down, and then you allow a chunk play like that in the passing game.
Almost felt as if that play was drawn up in the dirt on the sideline. They pulled that from a game plan that wasn't this game, and they still made it work.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And the Niners are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here, because they were sharp in moving it down the field. But sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given, and it doesn't always work out that way, as we saw there.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he'll be out of bounds right at about the 10-yard line. 53 yards rushing for him now to this point.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a game.
13. 13. 2. Block.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Garoppolo. And that is incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete.
Here we go.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Hey, come on.
There's Garoppolo to throw. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well.
Here we go. 6.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go.
shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. Shifts by him, and he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down.
11.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Here we go.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to him behind the line. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Hey, leg.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. This one caught by Kittle. And he is going to have the Niners first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Here we go. 11.
McCaffrey on the counter. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block, but the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw a defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
Here we go. Hot.
3rd down. Here's McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 89 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. How about this? They'll try the option, left side. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Thanks to Frank Clark, that play was doomed from the start. What a job defensively. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
11. 12, here we go. 21.
To throw is Garoppolo. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Go ahead.
McCaffrey running up the middle. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. And the 39-year-old veteran puts it right through, and the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. So a good kick that time, and that might help to get the negative thoughts out of the mind from that earlier block.
Especially since this was not a chippy, so he had to get that one out kind of low. But his line does a nice job of protecting, and he's able to convert for 3.
And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive. Oh, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. And the 49ers have just about sewn up this football game. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. A handoff, McCaffrey running right. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. And they'll indeed take a knee. Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half of the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.